Well, good evening, everyone. I hope you're well. I'm well myself. It's beautifully sunny for once. I know I always bring up the weather, as a kind of just a thing to talk about, but it is actually genuinely sunny for once, which for me, that's quite a shock. Anyway, this stream's going to be a little bit different, mostly because this is going to be the last time we stream on a Thursday. Yes, as of next week, I can even get the schedule up. As of next week, all streams will be on a Tuesday. Thursdays will be completely offline. And to kind of kick this off, we got a couple of nice little things on next week. So Monday's TechnoClub. Of course, we are continuing with our Minecraft Education Edition. This week will be, Monday we'll probably be doing something a little bit interesting with mosaics. On Tuesday, we're going to have a special stream with my counterpart Dan from Technocamp's Banger, who is going to be there with me doing a little bit of a Burns Night celebration. So tune in for that for more information. Then on Wednesday, Dan with his TechnoClub will be doing more Game Fruit. Thursday, of course, is offline. And as for what's happening on Friday, Club is still on. It's just I don't know about it because well, I've not really read my emails, have I? So that's my fault. But in any case, that's the schedule for next week. If ever you want to take a look at what we do have on offer at any time, the website to check is bit.ly/technoclubs. I'll pop that in chat as per usual. bit.ly/technoclubs. And from that link, wrong one, you'll be able to see our wonderful website, freely, freshly updated whenever is necessary. Anyway, I think that is pretty much it for starters. And we can talk about what we're doing today. So as I said, it's the last Thursday stream. Everything's going towards Tuesday, and on Tuesday we're doing something to do with Burns Night. The thing in Tuesday we'll be doing is based in Minecraft, and I am the person who builds most of the Minecraft worlds for Technocamps. So if you've seen some of the worlds I've made, maybe you've a member of our Monday TechnoClub, or you've attended one of our workshops where we do explore with Minecraft. I like building these worlds, these things that you can explore with, and we're going to build one today. So lovely little game, Minecraft. I last version I played properly was probably version 1.2.5 or 1.5.2. I can't remember. It's been a while. But in case it's not immediately obvious, this is definitely the Java version, not the Bedrock version. And I usually use the Java version because I like having the control of a server. In this case, I believe I am running craft bucket, kind of with spigot involved. I don't know. I get confused. There's spigot, there's craft bucket, there's bucket. It's all confusing now. And now everyone's talking about paper as well. I don't know. Back in my day, you used to have just bucket. And that's how I got started with computer science. Back in the day, my journey to computer science was through creating bucket plugins in Java. But in any case, we're using the Java version today just because I like my tools. So what are we building? Well, the plan is to build a nice Scottish castle in a loch. And, well, we've got a bit of ocean, which is useful. I mean, the ocean does cross a couple of biomes. What biome is that? That is... I can never spot it correct. Lukewarm ocean. That's a new biome for me. But yeah, the idea is to build a nice little castle and an environment to host that castle. And for that, I'm going to need some nice rolling sort of Scottish glens. Maybe keeping a couple of trees, but not too many trees. In fact, let's make that our first stop of the day. Let's just get rid of these trees. So, one of the things I like about being able to do this on a Java server is, well, I don't need to mess around destroying every tree one by one. I can just do replace near spruce logs 0. Oh no, I forgot the radius. Let's do a nice little modest radius of 50 for now. Spruce logs not recognised. What is it then? Spruce log, silly me, and 0 for air. Okay, that's most of the trees going, and then if we do the same with the leaves. Okay, a little bit of deforestation, which, sad, but, I want this kind of rolling glen appearance. And usually keep the trees to the outskirts. So I'll do a bit here. / replace near 50 spruce leaves 0. And then do the same for the logs. There we are. Should I do a bigger radius? Yeah, I kind of want lots of hills, lots of sort of barren, empty hills. Well, not barren. They're covered with things like gorse and. There we are. And then do the same with the leaves. And yeah, we'll keep some in the distance, just as a sort of little bit of visual flavour. You can see the server's trying to keep up with it. And just a little bit over here. The logs gone. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I want to get rid of all the sand because I want this to be really dark grey, sort of cold hills just going straight down into a cold water of the loch. Might even put a Loch Ness Monster in if I feel like it, but that hill needs to be rounded out a bit. So if I use my sticks, and let's do / is it brush? Yeah. Smooth. Oak. No, not oak log. What am I talking about? grass block, radius 10? No, it's just radius. Wow, maximum amount is 5. Yeah, and I just want to kind of smooth these hills out a little bit more. Because as they stand, they're a little bit lumpy bumpy. That rain is really distracting. Is toggle downfall no longer a command? Have they got rid of... Oh, I used to love toggle downfall. Oh, it looks like I'll have to... slash weather? Yeah. Sun. You gonna update? Thank you. Well, let's just slash game rule. No. Do weather. Do weather. Do weather cycle. False. There we are. Just whilst we're getting everything ready. Also, I kind of want to knock some height off this hill, but that just seems like too much effort. Nah, it can stay at the height it is. Smoothing it all out. I do like the smooth tool. By the way, the plugin I'm using for this, the Spigot, Bucket, whatever you want to call it, plugin is World Edit, of course. You know, world famous. Everyone loves World Edit. It's certainly my favourite. It's this face I really want to get, because look what the natural world generation's done. It's made about 15 caves all in one. So I want to try and smooth those over. I mean, it's not going to work perfectly, because that's the nature of the smooth tool, but it's better than out. Why am I doing this at night? That's better. I can actually see now. And then we'll get rid of this sand, we'll cover it with another hill. And then we'll probably continue the hills around to kind of pinch off the ocean and make a lake or a loch instead. Let's smooth that out a bit. Just smoothing it all out. Oh, that's really ugly, that bit. This is where the smooth tool kind of doesn't do so well. It'll do if we're looking at it from afar, which we will be. And then maybe if we have a tall hill in the back here when we get around to making the hills, that should be alright. Yeah, let's make the hills next. I've got a kind of technique for making hills. It's not 100% perfect, but it's better than nout. I just wish there were a way to generate them, you know, but the best way I found instead is to use the brush tool again to make a sphere of, well, this is hill, so it's going to be grass block, and then radius 7. Oh no, max radius is 5. I keep forgetting that. So it means that wherever I point, I can make a blob of hills. However, I do find it quite hard to do... Let's undo those. I do find it quite hard to do it kind of remote, as this way is. You know, I'm far away from doing it. Because you're never really sure where things are going to turn up. Anyway, let's fill that in. I know it looks a little bit bobbly and awkward, but I've got my plan. We're going to use the smooth tool all over this, and that will just make it come together a bit nicer. It's all the wrong biome though. What biome is this? Beach. Yeah. I don't want... I want it... oh, what's it called? Whatever this dark bluish grass is. Tager. Is that it? Yeah. Anyway, let's sort that out actually. Let's redo the biome. So I'm going to select first position. So that's stored my first position in memory. And I'm going to go over... This is going to be a test of how much RAM my server has. I'm going to go over all the way over to here. Now at the moment, if I do, is it F3H? No, that's tooltips. F3G. Yeah, that'll do. At the moment, my first position was up on that hill, and my second position was floating in the air over there somewhere, which means that I've kind of only selected a very thin layer. What I need to do is select all the way from the bottom of the chunk, and you can see the chunk outlined here, and the bottom of the chunk goes all the way down to bedrock, to the top of the chunk, which is at it's 256 blocks tall, which is, we're approaching that now. So I need to select all of that for the whole thing. So I'm going to use the vert command. Is it? Oh. Where's the vert command gone? Or is it slash us expand vert, isn't it? Yeah. So now it's selected all the blocks from bedrock up to the top. So as you can imagine, that's an awful lot of blocks. In fact, that's 4,069,290 blocks. That's a lot. And if I do set biome Tager Hills? Tager Hills, yeah. Oh, my server didn't like that. It's thinking about it. There we are. And then I need to refresh this, so let's go somewhere else. So yeah, I've just jumped into another world temporarily, just to give that biome a chance to reload. And anyone who is a member of the Monday TechnoClub, you should recognise this. This is the town that we've been building together. So if you fancy being a part of that, you can sign up to the Monday Techno Club on the Technocamps website, just technocamps.com. So yeah. Okay, just a brief little visit, just whilst I wait for that biome to load in. I could just do /back, can't I? No. MVTP world. Oh. Oh, okay. I think I'm lost. Yeah, where did I start? Oh, it wasn't. I think I went this way when I first spawned this world in. I hope I went this way. Let's speed fly 2. Let's speed up a little bit. See if we can find where on earth we were building. I'm sure it was somewhere over here, because I went past a load of islands to get there. Oh! I'll tell you what. We made when we did position set, we did first position set to minus 1,275, 91, minus 534. So if I TP there, minus 1,275, 91, minus 534. Oof, we're back. Thought we had lost them for a second. Let's change fly speed back. Yeah, we're back. and it is Taja now. It's not beach anymore. You know, let's just clear up this little bit, last bit of beach. I feel very destructive doing this, but you know, it's for a purpose. Oh, see, that's why I always have to be careful with that tool. There we are. And then we can see it sort of blends nicely into what's already there. I'll probably not have this bit of beach. I'll probably cut it off at an earlier point. Yeah, I'll probably cut it off. Ooh, a little bit of lag. Yeah, probably cut it off there, and bring it around. Let's do the bringing around actually now, before we do the smoothing. You know, this is how we define the shape of our lake. Oh, I'm stuck inside it. Ascend. There we are. Maybe come out a bit more. No, I'm stuck inside it again. Bye bye tree. There we are. I'll cut through this one as well. And yeah, we'll kind of connect back round onto there. So it's a largish lake, and you know, we'll add lots of rolling hills around the sides as well. I could have done this in an empty world, but I kind of wanted... I didn't want to bother having to design all the underwater myself, because that's painful and takes a long time, because it's very detailed. So, you know, I thought we'll use naturally generated world and then just really mess it up, which is what I'm doing now. I feel like such a... I feel like I'm very bad for the environment doing this. Some very poor turtles have lost their home due to me, but... we'll show a little bit of interesting bits by adding some more stuff in. A lot of this is too high as well, so I might cut it all off by 3 blocks, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, let's do some smaller spheres now. Grass block. Let's just make it radius 2. Yeah. So making the sphere smaller, it's easier to do small details. You know, in this case, just me covering up this bit of beach. And oh, I've done it again. I'll just switch into spectator mode, it's easier. Everything looks really ugly at the moment, but rest assured this whole thing is getting smoothed. Oh, we'll keep a bit of sand. Why not? Not this bit, but... And then there's no harm in a little bit of sand. Okay, so we kind of got the design of the lake that we're going to have. Oh, a little bit more beach over there that needs to get gone. I noticed this is all the wrong biome as well, but oh well. Yeah. What we'll do is we'll smooth out. Yeah, we'll decide where we want some of the major hills. So if you follow my cursor, I can imagine, you know, a big hill coming up here and swooping down, and maybe one behind it just coming up and going along a bit and then down. This bit, you know, we could join up the hills that are already here. And, you know, we've got some hills here, so I reckon we're on our way. And then we can pick somewhere to put our castle. And I'd want my castle quite low down, you know, so it can see the nice environment. Anyway, let's build some hills. I'm going to do this from spectator mode because, you know, it's just easier being inside the spheres you're creating than it is to be outside of them. So let's go back up to a full-sized 5 radius brush. 5, and now it's spectator mode. It's just easier. And we said we were going to do a big one over here, weren't we? So let's do that. It's going to start kind of low. Ah, there we are. It just needed somewhere to start. Ooh, going a bit chaotic. If you descend too fast, you pop outside of the sphere and it doesn't register where, you know, it doesn't. You find you've been leaving spheres behind that you haven't been completing them. So sometimes it's even better to do it in reverse. Yeah, and we'll join it at... Ooh, there's a shipwreck here. Wasn't expecting that. I'll join it up at the bottom as well, just to complete the look. So, is that hill tall enough? Yeah, it's tall enough. I want an even taller one behind it, actually. And then this one comes down again into the water. Ooh, that looks cool, doesn't it? It's one of the reasons I love spectator mode. Unfortunately, you can't get spectator mode on the Education Edition, at least not that I'm aware of. Oh, that's looking great, isn't it? It's already got that kind of rugged hill, mountainous look to it. And I haven't even done the smoothing yet. Let's have a leg of it sort of coming a little bit longer, and it'll be like a ridge. No, I might have been a bit too aggressive with that. It's too far. It's sticking out a bit too much. Oh well. It's a bit lumpy, but you know. Yeah. Then we'll have this side sort of spreading out even more, so it's got a bit of a plateau on top. You know, a bit of a flat bit. Oh, I've already gone way below the water level. That was unnecessary. Yeah, we've got a nice little flat area up here, maybe. Let's get some more in there. No, I'm not keen on that ridge, actually. I descended a bit too fast. No, it's getting there. Yeah, the smooth tool will work wonders on this and make it a bit more, you know, natural looking rather than just everything's made of spheres. Apologies for the sound of my keyboard and mouse. I reckon I could wreck quite a few keyboard and mice if I did too much of this. See, now I'm less keen on this hill now. I think I've made this hill too front heavy. It needed to be steeper, and it's got too much of a slope on it now, but unless I do sort of / undo 500 because I've been clicking that much, I don't think it's going to make much. You know, I think we've made our bed and now we have to lie in it, but no, well, it's all a learning process. Yeah, I'll make the second half of it steeper to make up for it. Yeah, steep is where it's at, actually. I should be doing steep from the start. But I change how steep or how light I go by how much I press shift on the keyboard to descend faster. Let's fill that gap in, make that a bit of a plateau. Yeah, not you know, I was keen at the start, but now I'm very not keen on that hill. It's a little bit too... It's a very fat hill. I wanted steeper. And, you know, I shouldn't have done this flat bit. But it's alright, we can do that for the next hill. This one is going to start away behind it. So let's go down to the ocean floor to get a sort of place to start. Oops. I think I went up a bit too high. I'll do 4. Ooh. What was that menu? Did anyone see that menu come up? It looked like I had a... No? What was that menu? I've never seen that menu before. I'm now pressing every key on the keyboard to see if I can get that up again. What was that? Control T? Shift T? It was around the T, Y, U letters on the keyboard. Oh gosh. It's when you get older, you'll find it's very disconcerting to find things that you don't know about something you've been, using for years. And in that case, is that hill too high? Well, yeah, that's far too high a hill. Let's do undo 10. Yeah. It's the right steepness now, I think. Maybe a bit more. Yeah, and then no, I left it behind, didn't I? Silly me. No, that needs a little bit of a flatter top. You could say it's peaked too early. Get it? Peak of a... Yeah. Yeah, if we smooth that out, that'll be fine. Well, I'm just gonna, I want to get the hills in first, so I'm just gonna leave them as all this weird outline for now. And then we'll have a sort of, not much of a gap, but sort of a gap, before we do our next one. Is that too close? It's too trapezoidal. It's too it looks too much like the letter A, if that makes sense. undo 10. Undo 10. Undo 10. No, I've exceeded the amount I can undo. And then we'll take it down. There we go, it's got a bit more. Oh. Oh, no, that is there. It's loading in. I thought we lost a mountain then. How do you lose a mountain? Yeah, we can have this bit, fine. And then this one. Yeah, we'll join these two hills up and add a little bit more height to them as well. So it kind of rolls in with that one. But I think for now that's fine on hills. You know, I can fill those in quite easily now I've got a kind of general shape to them. They do take their time to load in though, don't they? Gosh. Maybe I should have made this lake smaller. But it is time to think of where we want the castle. A nice Scottish castle. Kind of. We can leave spectator mode actually now. Kind of. See, I do want it low. I kind of like sort of foggy hills in the background. See, I get the feeling that this lake is too small now, actually. It's not really a place I can... See, that's not got enough in the distance. Well, yeah, no, maybe it is here it should be. Just with changing that, making the far side a bit smoother. What about kind of here-ish? Yeah, kind of on this sort of island bit. Yeah, if we smooth this bit out just for now. Brush, smooth, 5. Then we can build a kind of keep on top of it. Maybe a couple of layers down. So here-ish. And we don't want to... no, that's... yeah. Yeah, we can make something out of that, I reckon. Let's get some cobblestone because it has to be cobblestone, doesn't it? Oh, I'm in the Stone Age now, apparently. So I'm thinking maybe this is a bit small. No, actually, I'm going to challenge myself, actually. Because building stuff in Minecraft is all about challenge. I often make lots of really grand, big, massive things. I'm going to try and stick small this time. And I think the way I'm going to do the castle is the kind where you've got lots of towers, and you join the towers up with a wall. And, you know, that makes a kind of safe sort of buttress against the... I want to do a... yeah. Okay, let's do some towers. Now, I could, you know, do towers all properly, like, but that's effort. So I'm just going to do //hsil for hollow cylinder. 4, which is the ID of cobblestone. Yeah, so 4. Then radius. So let's try 3. 3, yeah, let's try 3 and make that 20 blocks high. $20 blocks is... maybe I'll go for 15 blocks. You know, actually I'm going to stick with 20 blocks, make it tall, high and narrow, which is a kind of an interesting... gives interesting shape to it. Very, very German, very Bavarian. So let's get another cylinder in there. You'll notice with a lot of castles, especially things like the what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? The castle on the Isle of Barra. They tend to kind of have a sort of inny bit. So they might have a... Actually, let's just finish it up the outside first. Let's head back one. No, that's too much. There's too many cylinders there. You know, it's got to have some parts that are not cylinder, and you know, not towers. Let's make this one 30 tall because there's always one tower that's far, you know, taller than the others. No, that's too big. Let's make that 15 tall, actually. We'll have the other two, the tall ones, and this one will be the short one. Thank you to whoever's in chat who calls this dope. I don't really know that word, but I assume it means good. Yeah, when I have kind of a flat wall along here, then a sort of jagged wall, then a jagged wall, and then a sort of rounded, curved wall. Yeah, so flat for a little bit. So let's do the floor plan. Go flat. Actually, I'm going to take that out a bit so you get a hint of, you know, the towers are mostly on the inside rather than on the outside. So flat along there, and then maybe cut that angle. No, it needs to go out by one. That'll do. That'll do. I shouldn't be too perfectionist about this, otherwise I'll just be stuck here all day. This one could just be an angled wall, can't it? Just a straight... no it can't, because I can't count. Yeah, that'll do. And then this, we want this to be a nice curved wall. Quite a large curve. I wonder if we could do that. A little bit of cheating. So if we have it so it starts there, goes to here, here, and here, then here, then... No, that's too harsh a curve. Here, and there. Yeah, that's an alright curve to it. If we change our selection mode, so /cell, //cell, convex, it means that when we left click, that's our first vertex, and now when we click the corners of our curve, we can then do /curve 4 for cobblestone, and it makes a nice curve. You know, it needs to be tidied up a little because it's done it. You know, it's done it with no diagonals. You know, so for example, that's a diagonal corner, but it didn't do it as a diagonal. It is a filled corner, a pixelated corner. Yeah, is that round enough? If we make this one come out a bit, and then drop this one in a bit sooner. No, I don't like that. Yeah, I reckon that will do it quite nicely. Although this floor will have to come out a bit. What I should really do is replace all the sand with something like... Does the game have basalt now? No, it's got diorite and andesite and so on. There's definitely a modded version I played. It might have been Techit or Technic or one of the old mod packs that had basalt, and that was great to build with. It really added a a sort of dark degree of colour to it. I think it was the Technic pack. Is that still going, I wonder? It has been a very long time. I think that whole kind of idea of the mod pack kind of went away a bit with Bedrock Edition when they released that, which is a shame because mod packs were where the most fun used to happen. And it was what got me into computer science, making mod packs with friends and making sure that they all worked and that the networking was fine and all sorts. But times change. And I will admit that the Bedrock edition is much nicer to play, and it doesn't hurt the eye so much, because the Java version, as you can see, it's a bit janky. And the flying is awful in Java. It's nice and smooth in Bedrock. Okay. It's kind of the shape that we're looking for. I think if we get the wall up to here, then we could have a sort of flat bit and build on top of that flat bit. So it's kind of like a, you know, it's... Oh, they had a name for it. Concentric design. You know, things inside, you know, kind of buildings inside buildings. See, this is... I'm gonna take the render distance right down for this, because I find when you're moving, you know, building walls, if there's any kind of jank or, you know, any kind of nastiness whilst you're moving around, that's when the motion sickness hits in for me. So usually when I'm doing fine detail like walls, I will take the render distance down dramatically. Plus, if the render distance is that low, you can pretend it's a misty day. I first played Minecraft on an Advent Medina laptop, which was running Windows 7 at the time, and honestly, I could only play the game, you know, the laptop wasn't very good, so I could only play the game at around about 10 frames per second, which, goodness me, did that look bad. But I enjoyed the game so much, I just, you know, put up with it. 10 frames per second. And then I think I installed the Optifine mod and got 20 frames per second. And every now and then, even with that mod installed, I would have times when my laptop hard drive would just get really slow, and when it would load in chunks from the world, it'd get very laggy indeed. And so on my servers, I used to always build what I called a lag box. And it was just a box filled with glowstone or something. So it's all completely bright and light. And I would teleport into that box and just spend 5 minutes there waiting for my laptop to catch up. And doing it in the lag box really helped, actually, because, you know, you weren't looking at something directly, so it wasn't having to fetch that from the hard drive or fetch it from RAM. So, good memories. At least it's nice to be on a computer now that can actually run the game. Is that the height I want? Yeah. As long as we fill it with lots of windows, and I predict lots of stained glass for this, you know, we can make it quite nice looking on the outside. So at the moment it's a big flat wall of nothing, but with a little bit of detail, that'll come alive quite nicely. This is taking forever, come on. I should probably have executed a command of some kind, do a convex selection around this and do all sorts, but I can't be bothered. Oh, and by the way, it is 5:30, so technically I should be stopping. Let me get the... no, that's language. Oh, and I've put it into upside down. Just... Where's England? Yeah. Oh, it's reloaded. Oh, for goodness sake. Well... oh, what a mess. Let's put it up to 21 chunks so we can see all the hills that we've done. Give them time to load in. So yeah, we've done a little bit today. Just sort of a relaxing stream, nothing too intense. I reckon that castle is on its way to looking alright. It will need lots of decoration and lots of highlighting. Maybe some nice wooden parts to offset it all. And I might mix the wall in with some stone bricks so it looks like it's been repaired over the years and it's not all cobblestone. The hills should be easy enough to do. That's just a case of more spheres, just spheres for days, all over the place, and then using the smooth tool to smooth them out. And I might even add some trees back in, even though I've deforested most of the area. But yeah, I reckon that's on its way. If that had a massive hill behind it, maybe from that angle, or maybe see that. Ooh, that's quite nice with the trees and the hill, and it, once it's finished off, it just needs something tall behind it. Maybe you could do a mountain, or it's Scotland, could do the Coolin Ridge, or the Cairngorms or something like that. In any case, that's pretty much it from me. If you want to see this map completed, then remember to tune in on Tuesday next week. Where we'll be doing a bit of a Burns Night activity in Minecraft, and it will be the education edition then, so you can actually follow along with some of the code that we'll be making there. Don't forget, if you are interested in any of the clubs, then there's a sign up link available on bit.ly/technoclubs, where you can sign up for the Monday or Wednesday or Friday clubs, and they take place on Zoom, and we get up to a lot of fun on there, with Game Fruit, Minecraft, and whatever. In any case, I hope you have enjoyed, and that's it from me. Have a wonderful evening.